In this video, we're going to take a look at the percent of increase or decrease as well as sales tax and discount. Now, for these types of problems, you definitely want your calculator handy for the calculations. You can do these without a calculator, but we are reviewing for the ACT, which is timed, so we want to work as efficiently as possible. So let's start with percent of increase or decrease. Increase just means something's going up, decrease means it's going down. And we have a little formula that we're going to go by. And we want to find the difference between the new and the original divided by the original. And by new and original, I could be talking about lots of different things, but the primary example that comes to mind for me might be the price of something. Something may be $20 and then the price is increased to $25. So the original would be 20 and the new price would be 25. It could be the weight of something, but really prices is probably one of the common types of problems you'll see. So difference between new and original divided by original. Let's take a look at our first example. We want to find the percent of increase given the original price is $20, so there's our original, and it's marked up to 25, and so that's our new price. So the difference between those, that just means subtract. So there is a $5 difference between the two. Then we want to take that difference, 5, and divide it by the original, which is 20. And I'm going to use my calculator to do this, so let's pull that out. And if we take 5 divided by 20, we get 0.25. And we want to write that as a percent, so recall from a previous video, we just moved the decimal 2 places to the right. So that's actually going to be a 25% increase. Difference between the two, difference divided by the original. Let's take a look at a second example. Here we have another price problem. The price of an item was originally $37.51. The sale price is currently $32. Find the percent of decrease. And it doesn't have to tell you to find the percent of increase or decrease. You can usually figure that out by the wording of the problem. This item has specifically gone on sale. So regardless, we need to find the difference between the two. So we're going to take $37.51 and subtract 32. And I'm going to grab my calculator to help with that. Let me clear it. Let's take 37.51, take away 32, and we get $5.51. Then we want to take the difference between the two, $5.51, divide it by the original, which is $37.51. Getting my calculator for that. Clear it out. 5.51 divided by 37.51. And that gives me a very long decimal, but let's just round it. It's 0.146. So we'll just say that 6 bumps the 4 up to a 5. And we'll make that 0.15, which would be 15%, and it's a 15% decrease because the item went on sale. And basically what we just found was 15% of the original price. And so that word of, we're going to see in a minute, means to multiply. Okay, so let me say that again. What we just figured out was that we put the item on sale and it's 15% of the original price, so we took off $5.51. $5.51 is 15% of $37.51. Now, the reason why that's important is because in this example, we're not necessarily looking at specifically a straightforward increase or decrease problem, but you may see something similar to this on the ACT. And it says Sherry ran 70% of her 13-mile race before Katie passed her. At what mile did Katie pass Sherry? And I included this example in there because we're dealing with percents and we're dealing with application problems. and we're looking at that word of. And so that's really associated with a lot of percent problems. So 70% of 13 miles. I would take my 70% and change that to 0.70. And like I said in the last slide, of means multiply. So multiply that by 13. Get your calculator handy, clear it out. 0.7 times 13. And Sherry is at the 9.1 mile. So Katie passed Sherry at the 9.1 mile mark. Sales tax and discounts are another percent type problems. Sales tax actually increases the price, so think about when you're buying things at the store. And discounts decrease the price. And we saw a discount problem basically a few minutes ago. So let's take a look at these. Here we have Tabitha bought a new purse for $47. What is the total cost of the purse if there's a 7% sales tax? So you need to find 7% of $47. Of, there's that word, means to multiply. 7% is written as 0.07 as a decimal. Multiply that by the original here, which is $47. And the sales tax is 0.07 times 47, which gives me $3.29. Now that's just the tax. The question asks for the total cost of the purse. So keep in mind the word total. So we need to take $47 and add the tax to it, $3.29, for a total price of the purse ringing up to $50.29. So those are some good examples for percent of increase and decrease, finding the actual percent of increase and decrease. And I gave you some examples here where I gave you the percent and you had to find either the total cost or you had to find the percent of something. And so the key word there is the word of should lead you to multiply.